Hello, guys. Welcome once again to our channel. So, today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, episode 15. Firstly, I'm going to say I am thankful that we are almost to the finish line. One, one more week before the reunion. And I was surprised. Did you guys say that the reunion is also going to be as in next week is the finale? The reunion is going to also be the next week after the finale.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Yeah,
gonna
come
be a real shit show. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel it's gonna be a bunch of commotion. A lot of truth is probably gonna come out in it as well. I
on.
kind of hear
Yeah.
my voice echo. Am I too loud?
Are you hearing an echo?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I hear after echo. It's echoing
Wow.
after I speak. Maybe I should turn my volume down. Let me try.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, this episode, how the episode for me, I just felt like, just filled with bunch of nonsense. It
Yes.
was boring, very boring.
Yes, it was. It just didn't make any sense. It was just a bunch of stuff thrown together.
I'm telling you, it seems as if they just joined a lot of things. Like it didn't make sense. The part that didn't make sense was especially the fact that the whole of the episode, half of the episode was this movie. Like, were they showing us the movie? Was the episode for the movie, or were we watching the movie?
Yeah, it.
I
I,
already felt like
it
I watched the movie.
yeah, it was all over the place, and like, was that really acting? Now it makes me kind of think like when Drew is on the show, all of that looks like
Yeah.
acting. You know what I'm saying? Everything that she does looks like acting. Ralph looks like he's trying to act too, as well, because his eyes. You could tell a lot by a person's body language and their eyes. He looked like he just wasn't feeling her. Like he was more interested in the parts that she was playing and portraying. But then is she really portraying in real life? You know what I'm saying? Or does he already know this about her?
I think that I'm beginning to think that well, I should say, I think that they're both acting just like you said, because now all of a sudden, as you have noticed, I'm sure that the season is now switching to all about them now towards the end.
Right.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, so this is the same man who showed up at the retreat party and did not speak to you. That didn't even seem real because even married couples, when they're not getting along or they're not in good terms, then when they show up in an event, they pretend as though everything is okay. So for him
Right.
to not speak
Exactly.
to right. So I think that they are both I could be wrong, but I think that this whole issue with them not getting along or divorcing, whatever, I'm beginning to wonder if it's real. Are they officially divorced now, or are they just going through a divorce? Are they separated? What is the status? Does anybody know? And she just seems to be acting all the time.
Yeah, she does.
Like, I've said it. I can't distinguish between the Drew and Drew herself, because everything about her, she's always giving facial expressions, and I'm like, okay, what exactly? Who exactly is Drew? I don't like her, and she's so over righteous. Like, I hate people that feel like they are too good, they can't do wrong. And also, another person is this lady at the back of Kenya. Oh, Monyetta, I still don't understand what was her purpose this season. We're in episode 15. Did she bring any storyline? Did
Or
she
is
do
she
anything?
raising her friend,
That's Monet. That's Monet, right?
Monday.
Monet?
Yes.
Wait, who are you talking
Talking
about?
about Monet.
Monyetta?
Oh,
Yeah.
Monyetta.
Okay.
We've been calling her Monet. Okay, Monyetta.
She didn't bring anything to the show. Nothing, no storyline. Like
Nothing.
absolutely zero, nothingness. Like the only time you see this lady is when she's about talking of, oh, she said this, oh, I saw her said this. She also came here again just to talk about the B situation and show the video evidence. The video evidence that even still pointed as if she was talking to Sanya, not about this lady. Even at a moment, Kandi was skeptical that it was about Drew she was talking to, that she felt like it was Sanya she was pointing the hands to. But she
Mhm.
was not like, wait, is that, does it look like that? Does it look like, are you delusional? You have the phone on your hands, you're watching the video. It's clear to me that she didn't say that word to she didn't say the word to this lady, to Drew. She said it to Saya.
I'm not sure. I kept watching that clip over and over, just to kind of clarify things, and things really still were kind of fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, somebody's standing right in the view, and they were all talking in a group, and they were all saying different stuff, different voices coming from different directions, you know. But if the subject, me personally, this is how I'm gonna take it. If the subject is about me and I hear the word bitch come out your mouth, then I'm gonna feel like that was directed at me because you guys are talking about me. You know what I'm saying? That's what my mind is gonna think. And then that's when I'm gonna react as such. So it was unclear where that was directed to. I don't know if you
Hi,
guys
Mocha.
seen the same thing.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
How are you?
fine. How are you?
Mhm. Mocha, we're talking about the video that Monyetta played and saying that it was a clear evidence that it was
Drew, that
the B word
Courtney.
was for Drew,
Oh,
not for Saya. How did you feel after watching the video?
oh, you mean when Courtney called Drew the B word? That's
Right.
I thought it was Courtney that said it, but even though it was kind of confusing, but I thought Courtney did say it.
Yeah, she said it, but we're trying to say was she calling that to Sanya, or was she saying that about Drew?
I thought she was saying it about Drew.
And why do
It
you
was
feel
it
that
was
way?
it was confusing though the way that she said it, but I thought she meant Drew when she, but I can't stand Courtney.
Oh, yeah, that's mixed
Uh,
messages.
for me, I felt like the video showed me. For me, the evidence was clear that it was to Saya she was talking to and not to Drew. That was how I felt. That it was for Saya and not for Drew. That's exactly how I felt. But at the end of the day, she hasn't added value on this season. We always come to see her when she's gossiping about people, no storyline. Did we learn anything about her this season? About
No,
Monyetta? We didn't learn it. I didn't learn anything about her marriage, we only saw her husband during the brunch and that Drew's events.
it's basically like they're saying, "Hey, girl, we're gonna shoot today. Why don't you come through? So you can get a check."
Mm,
you know,
yeah,
like if you were like up on things, when you call some of your little homegirls over to like, girl, okay, we doing this. You can make a check real quick out of 20, 30 minutes.
yeah, I sure would.
Yeah. That's how I feel that what they're doing, because you're right. She brought excuse me, she brought nothing to the plate, but she was always eating,
Well,
you know?
yep. This is the second season that we've tried to give Monyetta a chance. She's brought us nothing.
Exactly. Exactly. And what do you guys feel about Drew's scenes with the woman? I want to talk about that so bad.
I think she did good with that. Her with that, her acting on the show regularly bad acting.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I think
Oh.
she did extremely well. Like, hey, you played your part right, because hey, that's part of your real life. Me personally, I couldn't have did it. I don't care how much money you offer me. We will not do those things. I believe in the Lord, and I no, I kind of wanted to. I was cringing, and I really kind of like was trying to turn my face like I was watching a horror movie or something. You know what I'm saying? I, my skin crawled. I'm not. I, I'm not saying there's something wrong with, if that's your thing, cool. But me personally, I'm like, okay, ain't no way you can act that good if you never been in that situation before.
That's why they are called actors. Sometimes they don't be in that situation, they are just good actors.
That you can do it on one take. You
It's
can do it on
possible
one
she's
take,
that
huh?
very good of an actor.
Well, it
She's
looked
that
pretty
very
good.
good of an
It
actor.
looked pretty convincing to me. I mean, like, I, I was mortified.
Even Candy was surprised. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well, this is reality TV. I understand that, but just to see it on Housewives, I'm like, what really? Wow. Okay. Are you guys taking it a step too far?
Yeah, but we only saw that one little part with her moaning. We got to see the whole body of the work. We could be like, oh my God, this is a Tubi movie, and anybody
Yeah.
get
No,
up.
you guys didn't see the part with her against the wall in the hand. You guys didn't see that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw that part too. But
I saw that part.
yeah,
Okay.
I
You
mean,
guys didn't
listen,
see her
she could
coming
be
up.
thinking. She could be thinking about Ralph. She could be thinking about some other man. She could be thinking about that check. I mean, any.
She was thinking about the check.
Yeah,
And
any.
kissing on
Uh,
tongue. She said she used tongue.
No,
Yeah,
she asked him. She said he asked her if she did. She
yeah, she said, and
she say
and
yes. Did she? I don't think she said yes.
she said, and what if I did? Would would
Yeah, but
would you be upset?
that doesn't mean that she just put it out there like that.
Yeah, okay. Well, what? If my husband asked me something like that and it wasn't true, it's gonna be corrected right then and there. I'm not gonna let you wonder and guess and second think. No, we're gonna lay it down right
yeah.
here. So, I don't know if it's another one of her acting techniques. I don't know. But
But
I just wanted to discuss that and kind of get it off my chest.
but when it comes to Drew, this conversation she was having with her husband here, right? I see. There's something I noticed. This guy is, even if we are not sure if the divorce is for real or they are finally divorced, I can tell with his facial expression whenever she's talking. I don't think he's really that interested in her that much.
No, I agree. I agree. He shows no signs of caring, love, understanding. And oh my God, it just flashed on me. Okay, remember what was the guy's name? Anthony, the guy that Shereé didn't want to pay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Remember a couple of seasons ago, he said that Ralph was gay. And
Yeah.
isn't
Mm.
that what the fight was between him and Drew?
That was what the fight was about.
That was one of them. I know they had some issues. I think because remember he also worked for Drew,
Yes.
so that could be one of among many issues that they also had.
No, he
Hmm.
was also in he was in this episode. He actually also said that she was owing him some change.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
He
Hmm.
said she was owing him some change. So yeah, it could also be about that. It could
Mm.
also be about the money, but the guy himself. Do you believe what comes from this kind of guys? Because me, I was kind of. He feels like someone. He looks like someone. Although you don't judge people like that, but he does look like someone that goes out looking for trouble.
Yeah, he starts stuff. He
Yeah.
definitely
Exactly.
starts things.
He reminds me of, do you guys watch Basketball Wives?
Yes.
Yes.
He reminds me of the friend, Brandy's friend and Malaysia's friend, the
Zell,
guy. Yes.
Zell
He's just
Sweat.
starting trouble.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Brandy in Malaysia. Oh, oh, oh,
Zell.
oh. I can't
Zell
think of
that
his
is now
name. I
he's
can't.
now what's it called his boyfriend. Bossy Santana man.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
I
It
for me,
was really funny.
I don't believe that maybe what he's saying is true. I don't. For the first time, I was like, okay, maybe I might want to believe Drew. Surprisingly, I was shocked. But did you the way? I also felt like the way she, because of him, did not want to come into the party was. I think it was too over exaggerated. Like Candy said, she could have come in there. There are millions of people inside there. I don't think you want to do anything in the presence of anybody like that. So her just saying I'm not gonna come in, I felt it was too much. She could have just entered and honored the invitation. At least just honor the invitation, then you can as well leave after honoring the invitation. Nobody's asking you to stay for long.
True. True. And it was enough men in the place that if anything would have went down, they would have grabbed his little butt up. You know?
Exactly.
She
So
probably
That
was
that
afraid that he was going to spill her tea because he used to be her assistant, right?
Yes, he was.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was funny though. He said, "I'm not thinking about her."
it was very, like the way he was talking, I was laughing. Like you the way he was talking, you'd be like, should you even be getting obsessed with this kind of person? It's the kind of person you don't take serious. Except these kind of people are the people that when you offend them, they come for you they come for you hard. They come for you very hard. And that's why I was like surprised she didn't just want to avoid it. It didn't make sense for me entering into that party. It looked fishy that she didn't want to go into the party, go into Sheree's party. We're talking about She by Shane. Was that party for her or for the kid? Because I was surprised. I was lost at one point who the party was for. Because the dress, the makeup, it was as if she was the one having the party and not the kid.
I know. Shereé is just a joke. She's a freaking joke.
Oh,
And I believe
and
I believe Shereé already knew about that girl too. I don't think she was surprised.
Me
Besides,
neither, because the kids seemed very comfortable with
mhm,
the
she
sister.
already she already knew.
Yeah, she had to
yeah,
know.
I
Had
felt
to.
like she knew. She was just acting for the cameras, like telling the girls, I didn't know, I wasn't aware about it. If you were not aware and your kids were aware, at least, even if there's no way the kids were aware, they would have told their mom one way or the other. They wouldn't have kept this kind of secrets
Oh
Right.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
from her.
Yeah. Those kids told her, but she just chose to act like she didn't know. But she knew already.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure. You don't be with a man that long and not know if he got kids out there or if how many, you know. I mean, why would he
I,
keep that kid a secret?
Yeah.
but you know what was funny? Okay, let me just say, why was Mattel not in the picture? He's like, according to her, he's like family. Why didn't she bring Mattel into this picture?
I thought she put him in the picture at the end. She said, "Oh, come on, Marcel." I thought he got in the picture.
Yeah, he did get in a picture at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got in the picture. Maybe I didn't see that part because
Yeah.
I was skipping through some
No,
parts of the show.
she pulled him into the picture.
Hmm.
Yeah, she said
Wow.
she wanted to be petty because she didn't realize or understand who the young lady was with Bob.
Hmm.
And Bob's a
Uh,
freaking mess. Now even more of a mess with
I thought the same thing. He looked so sloppy. It's like
oh,
you're too big to be looking like that. You have to, present yourself a lot better. Shirt looked wrinkled. He looked disheveled.
well,
and he's always looked that way, which shows that Shereé only got with him to get a check.
Thank you.
That's
Allegedly.
there's other men that
Yep,
got with
all of this is allegedly.
because that could not get on top of me. No way. Ugh.
yeah, he was looking so uncared, and I'm like, why would you be coming to your granddaughter's event, and you are like that? Well, she already knows what she saw in him because there's nothing I'm seeing in that guy that will make me that attracted or look at him with the second eyes.
Mm-mm.
Well,
The
he's
what
She
he's
picks
supposed to be very
she picks
intelligent. He
them
went to
well.
Harvard.
Yeah. Okay.
we're talking about Bob, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went to
Yeah.
Harvard.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Hmm.
She picks them well. Actually, she picks them very well. At
You
least
know,
Martel is an upgrade. He dresses well. At least his shirts are ironed. His suits looking nice. You
Mm.
know.
Those suits are too tight.
see, I knew I wasn't the only one who thought
He
that.
goes from short to
Oh
too tight.
my
They
That suit is
are.
too tight.
They're,
Look at that.
he looked
god!
like he wearing his little brother's clothes.
Yeah, he wears his son's
Oh,
clothes.
You
how does he
know,
breathe in there? Like,
I don't
doesn't
know.
it stress him out? Because if I do wear tight clothes, I don't feel free. I feel a certain way in my own body. I don't feel relaxed when I'm out. So how does he feel every time always wearing as if he wants to suffocate himself in the dress?
I don't know. I just don't trust a man who tucks his shirt in his pants. I'm sorry. I can't take you serious because I feel like I'm looking at my uncle way back from the 60s. You know,
Oh
when
wow.
men used to tuck their shirts in
Hmm.
because it was proper. Now it's like, dude, especially with them tight ass pants on, tight jacket. Like, can you move? Can you lift your arms? Can you do a jumping jack? I doubt it. You know?
I doubt it.
Yeah.
Every part of his body. I think he wants them to all his body to like girls that attracted to big men, chiseled, all those kind of things. So he wants you to see those things even in his clothes.
Ugh.
He wants to be like, yeah, this guy is muzzled, he's chiseled. He wants to see it. He doesn't have to be naked for you to see everything that's going on out there. Like
Yeah. And if I could say
he
one
doesn't
more
have to be
thing,
naked.
tuck it in the back, bro. Tuck it in the back. Okay, because it's not flattering. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like, who are you? You're a a joke at this point. You know what I'm saying? I just please somebody teach this man how to dress.
That's Martell.
Hmm.
I want. And what do you guys think about this conversation that they had? Which
Oh,
I don't Kenya pulling him for a chat. I felt like it was unnecessary. You've made your point. What's the use of apologizing? The apology made it look as if maybe you were kind of lying. I didn't understand why she had to call him to apologize.
Because she's got to try to secure a storyline. You talking about Kenya?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had to say something to him. Like, what else did she have going on this season? They didn't show it. They didn't show what she had
Yeah.
going on this season.
Right.
Because
Go ahead.
no, you can go ahead.
No, I'm just kind of, like after checking out her little interview she had with Carlos, you know, and I'm understanding where she came from with her mom, the things she had to endure as a young lady growing up, not really being wanted, throwing herself at older men to feel wanted. You know what I'm saying? She she travels with a lot of trauma. She does, you know, and and then on top of that, the marriage. Oh, the failed boyfriends that we seen all on the show. Then the failed marriage, and you can only tell that she was verbally abused. And the reason why I say that is because remember when he was calling her Ken? That was a cold word.
Yes.
That was a cold word because she just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna stop. It was stopping her in her tracks right then and there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I kind of look at that as a sign of being, if not physically, at least verbally abused. You know what I'm saying? She's literally afraid of that man. So when her and Martell got into it, you know, uh, she, she just reached back into her trauma and just kind of gave him some of it, because I mean, is her and Shereé that close? Where she looks out for Shereé like that and Shereé looks out for her? I just kind of seen a different flip on it. Now I might be wrong, but you know, I just seen a different flip on it. And maybe she is after a storyline because she really hasn't bought anything, you know. But I just kind of sympathize with her because after all, we're all human, we're all human, and I think that maybe she apologized because she didn't really want no backlash from Mr. uh Martell, especially knowing his history with Mel. You know what I'm
Even
saying?
if she's scared of backlash, like what can he do? I don't think she's supposed to be scared of Mattel.
You
There's
know,
nothing he has against her. There's nothing he knows about her. So
you know what I noticed? Women who have been verbally abused to the point where they're so afraid they don't want no smoke from that dude. You see what I'm saying?
mhm.
So they shy off, like, hey, I don't want to be in the room with him, but I don't really have nothing to say, or I just don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at things different ways, ladies, and trying to just bring up those points to you guys to maybe where we can kind of analyze some of this stuff a little further.
Well, I guess at the end of the day, for me, I'm literally happy that we have just one episode left. Irrespective of anything that happens to the show, I literally breezed through some of the things that happened in the day because it just felt like there was nothing useful, there was nothing important. So just Todd's movie. And I feel like next week again is also going to be about Todd movie, then about Drew and the divorce from her husband. Well, I would love to see that next week because I want to know what exactly is this hot info about this thing about the divorce, especially seeing Drew already crying. That I don't want to judge her that she was. I don't want to judge. Let me watch it first before I pass out my opinion. But but I'm happy to literally get to next week to see
Yeah.
what exactly was the full information about what happened in the what made them decided to divorce. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, all the plots unfoil, or maybe they'll give us another cliffhanger trying to get us sucked in for the next season, you
Yeah,
know?
because that's the impression that I'm getting because this the show has shifted to now is all about Drew towards the end of the season. So it's like, what
Mhm.
happened to all that other stuff? And did you guys see the snippet that Kenya did? Carlos released like a couple of minutes of the interview for tomorrow. Did you guys see the couple of minutes he slipped that he showed where she was talking about Marlo?
I didn't see it.
No.
I watched the whole. I have.
What was she talking about?
Well, Carlos King interviewing Kenya. Did you see part one?
I saw part one. I watched part one, but I haven't seen the snippet. So I was asking what were they discussing? Like what was going to happen?
Oh, basically, she was saying that she felt that they did not show her storyline this season. That she did lots of things like Mocha. You mentioned about her salon. They
Mhm.
didn't show any of that, and that was actually was not shown last night. They had filmed it, and they didn't show it last night.
Yeah, I
So,
know.
Wow.
I know.
right. So she said basically they shifted from her storyline of her opening her salon, spending time with her daughter and everything,
Hmm.
to all of a sudden they're showing this wonderful foster mother in Marlo. So
Oh,
she just kind of felt like, hey, why are they focusing so much on Marlo? So it's going to be good to see. And she said basically, and I don't remember everything, but I think she said that Marlo was, trying to start stuff with Kandi, that Marlo was following her from restaurant to restaurant, but they didn't show that. Other issues with Marlo doing group settings. So I
Oh,
can't wait
wow.
to see it tomorrow. It's going to be good. But yeah, it's like it seems like, maybe Kenya's starting to see the writing on the wall.
I don't know. Didn't she say something about she doesn't know if she's going to return next season?
I didn't hear her say that, but
I know. I've been
the way
seeing the blogs. I have been seeing that lately.
right, and then the way that they did not show her story. It's like, okay, like, what was the story? They're showing all this other stuff, like you said, like, why spend time showing Monyetta when you could be showing us something
Hmm,
else?
That part.
exactly.
Yeah.
She was used utterly useless in the whole
Utterly
season.
useless.
Exactly, she was. When I saw her today, I was like, I was pissed off. I thought she was gonna bring something to the table, just for her to bring out her phone and be like, "Oh, remember that beam stuff? I said it, and Courtney was getting pissed off. I have the video. I have the." I'm like, so what else is your job? Why were you? Why were in short? Why were all these ladies chosen?
Right. And why have Cynthia back on there and giving Cynthia a confessional as if the fans are
Mhm.
clamoring, "Oh, we want to see Cynthia." Like,
I'm
what?
back. You're
It
Right.
back.
gave us
What
utility.
did you do with your comeback?
I mean, we wanted more. We wanted more Kenya, especially seeing that we knew what was going on with Kenya. They act like there's no social media. We don't know what's going on in real time. Like that would have been nice to see her salon.
The
Yeah, and
only
they
thing I
Yeah.
haven't.
found out about the only thing I found out about Cynthia today was that, oh, my divorce is finalized. Finish. Like there's nothing, like that's what I'm saying. Everybody on that cast is like literally even Kenya herself coming to Carlos show saying, "Oh, why they showing Malu? Why did they even show?" Like, if I think sometimes you should stand your ground. Don't come here telling me about what Malu did, what Malu didn't do. Tell me about yourself. When Malu comes, she speaks about her own self. Okay, talk about your
Hmm.
own self. about what you did, what you didn't do, what wasn't shown. You're also coming on an interview and you're giving another person clout by talking about that person.
Yeah, true that. You know,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
like,
like
I like
when
Marlo.
it's so. Yeah, I thought you wanted to say something, Muka.
No, I didn't say anything. That wasn't me.
Um, so you don't come to an interview. I don't like when people come to an interview and I'm literally talking about another person that is probably in he or she's house sitting down, and I'm there sitting down in an interview giving the person clout. I'm there for my interview. Allow myself and myself alone shine. That's how I believe interviews are. When I'm watching an interview with somebody and you are literally talking about somebody else, I literally get away from the interview because I'm like, what is the essence of the interview? When you're not talking about yourself, you are there to sell yourself. You are there to tell us why we should keep on liking you, loving you, following you. You get. Don't come and be telling me about the Marlo did this, Marlo did that. When Marlo is not there to defend herself, say, oh, I didn't do that. Or there is no video evidence. We're just hearing the words of your mouth. And we know you're not a huge fan of Marlo. So am I supposed to believe you when you say those things about Marlo without me seeing them on the show? No evidences. It's just like when Courtney came on an interview with ET and said Kenya is very rude to the staff working, the crew members. Should I still believe that about Kenya just because somebody said it?
Hmm. You raise a good point. You raise a good point, but I still like Marlo. You know, she's showing a different side, you know, of a female because, like I said again, we're all human. You know, we're nobody's perfect. Sometimes we're
Yeah.
thrown into situations, and we just have to cope and deal. You know what I'm saying? So, I like Marlo.
I like Marlo too, and I think Kenya even said that. I think Kenya even tried to suggest that date that Marlo had the guy that was fake. I think Kenya. I think don't quote me on
With
that, but I
Scott,
believe she kind of made the new guy that Marlo is dating on the show. I think Kenya is trying to say that that
Scott
was
Lee.
fake. What's his
But
name?
at least Scott Lee.
Scott Lee. Okay.
You
That's
know, at least the guy shows up when she's doing an event, or they are asked to bring their partners. What is her own boyfriend doing? Her alleged boyfriend. He only breathes in and breathes. Don't come saying those things. Like it's going to piss people off. If she says that, people are going to counter her by at least it was fake, but fake enough to be real.
yeah,
Yours that you're claiming to be real turned out to be what? You guys were invited as a couple or bring your partner for a brunch. You never brought anybody, but you FaceTime him. I'm like, oh my love, I miss you. The other time you were having a show, the same thing. The other time he brought you coffee and just did one. I don't know what was going on there, and he breezed out. But at least the fake relationship is always like he. I was surprised he came to this event that she had today. I'm sorry, yesterday's episode. He's always there when he needs to be there, but yours never came on the show. So I'm not behind out by Kenya.
Right. I wonder if they cut out the scenes from him because when the season first started, she gave the impression that we were going to be seeing this guy. Like, oh, this guy's going to be coming around. She's going to have a love interest. We saw him. Was it just that one time at the
Then two phone calls.
yeah,
yes? Was that it?
that's
That
it.
was it.
Yeah.
That was it. One thing I know, Bravo, if he was really a confirmed love interest, they would show him. Why didn't he come to the brunch as her love interest that she was promoting? Why
But
didn't he come to that brunch?
I think too part of the reason why she may not bring him around a lot is because she's still married. She's still married to, so that could be part of it.
That is the longest
She's still
divorce ever.
I know it is.
she's
It is.
still married, but she said she's still married, but she literally told us on national TV that they went on a date and she had the most wonderful night of her life.
Mm.
I don't know. That's what I think. Maybe because they're still married.
If I think if she's still thinking about the marriage with her ex-husband or whatever husband, or I don't know what their label is right now. If she's still thinking about the marriage, she wouldn't have been calling the guy and being like, "Oh, he's a lover, like he makes me smile." The way she talks about that guy in the show doesn't give me the impression that she's scared of being still married and not yet divorced.
I don't know. I just know if I want to divorce somebody, I don't care. We don't have to divide property. You can have it all. Give me myself back. See what I'm saying?
But he wanted part of her house.
I give it to him. Hey, take it.
I wouldn't
You,
give him.
you know what I'm saying? I want my freedom.
He had that house.
Girl, I wouldn't care what house it
I wouldn't
was.
I wouldn't give him part of my house.
Look, God provides. You know what I'm saying? And I can walk away from anything that I have today and wouldn't care, because my freedom is worth more than anything that I possess and that we possess together.
I wouldn't be giving him part of my house.
That's just me.
And that's just me.
Well, we could sell it all and split it straight down the middle. Then we're gonna do something. I'm gonna get my freedom. I don't understand why it takes. What she say? 3 years? No,
No,
I
I
don't.
think that was 2019. I guess almost 4 years.
Jeez,
Almost 4 years. Wow, that's the longest divorce.
ever.
Right,
Hmm.
right. I
They
think
should
she
just
just
come
was
to an
really,
agreement.
yeah, I think she was just infatuated with the way he looked. He looked the part. He was an attractive guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and oh man, you just never know what people are putting up with just to be in a relationship.
He's
Mhm.
good on paper.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good on paper.
yeah. Sometimes you think God sent them, but then you don't know who really sent them.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
But
But
she
I guess
made the
the
Wow.
question,
first move. She made the first move.
yeah, the question to ask is who sent you?
But remember, she went after him. She said that she wanted to find out who he was and she contacted him. Maybe that was the mistake because she didn't
Exactly.
get a chance to see, was he really interested in me?
Yeah.
And then for him to come on there and embarrass her the way he did. It was
Yeah.
just, oh my gosh, the way he was when we first saw him in that first scene when that little Brooklyn was just so cute sitting in her little
Mhm.
high chair. Oh, she was so cute. And he came into the kitchen with a scowl on his face. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was just so forced. And remember when she went and bought the clothes and
Hmm.
I
Oh,
just felt, I
yeah.
felt bad for her.
I
Yeah.
felt bad for her in that marriage.
Yeah. He was abusive. That's what I'm saying. He was abusive. It showed, you know, and it may not have been physical, but it darn sure was verbal, and intimidation.
Yeah, and he was acting like he was the prize
Yeah.
and not her.
What
Yeah.
wasn't he the prize? She made him think that he was the prize. So
Yes,
he equated
yes,
and tell himself that, yeah, I'm the prize. If she
yes.
hadn't given him that kind of, idea, he wouldn't have for once thought about it. He wouldn't. Oh, I wish them good luck in whatever they want to do. How long they want to stretch the divorce and whatever. I literally do wish her goodbye. But some people have been saying that there are rumors that there will be a season 16.
A
Do you
what?
think
A
another
what?
season of Real Housewives?
That there will or will not be.
There would be.
Yeah, I think there will be. I think I'm getting the impression that they're trying to go younger. That's why they're giving all of this Drew stuff at the end. and then very little Kenya. Like we didn't even see her storyline. And then when you see the Carlos King interview, she doesn't seem too happy about her treatment. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're going to try to phase her out. I think Kandi needs to go. I don't know what purpose she serves. I understand you guys said that she's the level-headed one, the neutral party, but find somebody else to play that role. But those two, I'd like to have Kenya come back, but Kandi could go, and some of these other players. But it seems like they really want to force Drew down our throats. Drew, Drew, Drew. There seems to be a lot that we're getting towards the end.
Yeah. I wouldn't have never expected it, but
Not
okay.
at all. And it's just it there was like at the beginning of the season, she was barely there. Remember, she was sick a few times. She was working on her singing career. She didn't go on some of these events, and now all of a sudden it's all about her and her husband.
Right. Right.
I feel it's just like they've I think they've just looked at the fact that ratings has been bad, and who doesn't like a good old story of or how we divorced, what was the cause of the divorce. Everybody wants to hear the full gist. Everybody wants to know the full info, how it happened, when it happened, and probably the aftermath of after the divorce. So they know a lot of people would want to be interested in that. So I feel like that's why they are pushing towards it, because the divorce things were surprising, and we've been hearing rumors of cheating. This of course the divorce. So now we're going to hear the raw information. So I feel like they just want to use it to draw back the viewers back to watching Real Housewives, because I can bet that if after next week's episode, if the ratings comes out, it's going to be good, because everybody want to tune in to listen to what Drew has to say about why the marriage went sour.
I could just about sum that up in a few words. Both of you guys went outside of the marriage. You got bored with each other, and it's a wrap. You want your freedom. It's a wrap. That's how I
Well,
look at
hmm. Oh, I do wish them well, but let's just wait and see how next week will turn out. But before we'll still be coming as an ending in life, anybody has anything to like round it up? So
No, we'll just see what happens.
uh all right, guys. Thanks for joining us on today's episode. We'll see you guys same time next week. And don't forget to subscribe to our individual YouTube channel. We have Unfiltered Uzo, we have ShopRite TV, and we also have Mocha. You can just check the names on the screen. You just type it on your YouTube channel on your YouTube and subscribe to our channel. And also watch our videos, guys. Watch, like, and comment on our videos. We'll see you guys same time next week.
it. Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye bye. See you guys next time. Thank you.